The text says, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. The words better and good are the same Hebrew words tab. The difference is better is in the plural and good is in the singular. They are modifiers to help illustrate what the writer is trying to convey. When you can have more than one working together, you will be able to obtain a good reward. It is not saying that you will have a bigger or greater reward. It's not saying that you will earn more money. Remember, the word good here in the text is singular. It means you are a recipient of a good reward. There are some things that can't be obtained unless there are two of you. The reward of having a baby comes from two. I didn't finish that. You can't. The writer conveys it through the text. Solomon uses verses 10, 11, and 12 to illustrate how two working together can give you a good reward. In verse 10, the text says, if you fall, the other can lift you up. In verse 11, there is two, if it is cold, you can wrap your arms around each other and stay warm. In verse 12, if a stronger man attacks you with two, you can prevail. Solomon is conveying unity and encouragement. Let me help you out. The late Dr. E.K. Bailey, when he was a senior at Bishop College, and he was looking to be able to become a pastor, he preached at 7 vacant churches, and each one chose someone else to be the pastor. He was hurt, frustrated, delusioned. He determined never to preach at a vacant church again. But when he preached at the 8th vacant church, Dr. Caesar Clark of the Good Street Baptist Church came one Sunday morning to support Bailey. When they asked him to have words, he told the congregation, I can't vote, but I can hope, and I hope that you vote for this young man. He's full of potential, and he has suffered some disappointments, but I stake my ministerial reputation on this young man. He'll be a blessing to you if you give him a chance. Dr. Caesar Clark became two. That church called a few months later, not so much because of his giftedness, but because of his recommendation. All I'm saying is, where would you be without the help of someone else? Who was it who helped you along the way? God never intended us to be alone. He established marriage because two are better than one. He established family because two are better than one. He established friends because two are better than one. And if you don't have a friend, you have Jesus because two is better than one. If you have Jesus, you have a good reward, and that reward is eternal life. I'll take. Do you? So are we good? There were two friends who wanted to travel together, and they wanted to go to Florida. But the two friends couldn't decide on what they wanted to do. They were actually complete opposites. One wanted to leave at a certain time and the other wanted to leave at a certain time. So since they couldn't come together as one, the two decided that they would take the road trip separately. They only had a week to go to Florida, so they drove separately. What happened was it took twice as much gas. It took twice as long to get there. And when they were there, they were tired. So when they had to come back, it took twice as long to come back. They didn't have a good reward. But if they would have worked together, if the two would have worked together, they would have had a great reward. They would have saved money. They would have saved time. They would have had more fun. They would have had a good reward. So all I'm telling you is this.
I am Nevada
Two
Klein, and I
are
am the
better
live
than
student.
one.
This is my
Because two will give you a good reward. Two. Yeah. It's good practice for my sermon. You done yet?